Hey guys, welcome to Love Notes for Dummies podcast, hosted by your girl, Natalie Clarice, the destination for all things love, dating, relationships, and lifestyle. Absolutely. Welcome guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. But listen, let me ask you this. Have you ever been in your car, strolling, driving down the road, and a song comes on that takes you all the way back to your childhood? It's like going down memory lane. Have you ever experienced that? Listen, I'm driving today, right? Just driving, minding my own business. And this song came on. And it was like, oh my God. It's like I knew exactly what I was doing at that moment in my life when that song came on as a child. You understand? I mean, that song literally took me back to memory lane. I mean, it took me back to my total childhood. And it just, at that moment, I was just so filled with so much joy when I heard that song, because I was just reflecting on what an amazing childhood I had. You know, my childhood was so amazing. I mean, it was such a moment in time that I will never forget. I had the best parents. I mean, I had an amazing mom who is still here with me today. I had an amazing father who is still here with me today. You know, back then, those were parents. You understand? They raised you. You understand? They raised you to be productive citizens, you know, when you become an adult. You understand? And, you know, back then, you know, you don't understand it because, again, you're a child. But when you become a full-fledged adult, you are so appreciative of just having good parents in your life. You understand? That is like the development process of who you will become when you become an adult. That is the first stage of life, being molded into who you will become as an adult, you know, and that starts from parenting. You understand? It starts from your parents, okay? It's how your parents raise you. It's your parents' beliefs. It's, you know, the things that they teach you when you are a child. It is just a moment in time that, you know, it's such a precious moment, you know, and as I was listening to this song today, I mean, I was just thinking about all the memories and the things that I was doing when I was a child, and, you know, how, you know, every holiday and every birthday, you know, it was celebrated. You know, it was celebrated in my home. You know, my mom and my dad, they made sure that we had an experience. Christmas time, Halloween, you know, Thanksgiving, you know, it was an experience for us. It was a time that, you know, we didn't forget those moments because we celebrated those moments. You understand? Christmas time, it was not one Christmas that my mom and my dad did not make sure that we had a very good Christmas. You understand? And, you know, I look back and it's just like, wow, what happened? What happened? Because today it's just not like that in this generation. I mean, it's such a moment in time that is such an important moment. You know, as a child, your childhood, that is a very, very important moment. You understand? And I see so many people who are not enjoying their childhood. You know, a childhood, you know, that's a time that you're carefree. There's no worries in the world. You know, you're just living life as a child and just enjoying your childhood. I'm sorry. But today, it just seems like kids don't enjoy their childhood. It seems like kids are not happy. You know, when I see kids today, it just appears like they're not happy. You know, and I don't understand, you know, why aren't you happy? What is going on in your life as a child that you're not happy? You know, it's just really mind-blowing, you understand? Because their childhood is like the best moments in life. You understand? There's no responsibilities. You just go to school and eat food and don't have any bills to pay. You have good parents. If you have good parents, they create this world for you, and it's just really an amazing time. You understand? And when I heard that song, it just really just brought back so many beautiful memories. I was just thinking about people that I used to play with, and people I went to school with, and I think about all of these people. Some are no longer here, and who knows where, other people are, and some I do because I still keep in contact with them. But overall, those were the best times in my life, okay? And I'm going to credit that to my parents, okay, who are together still today. My parents are still together today, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to still call my parents, okay? It's just like, thank you, Jesus, for that, because I know so many people, they don't have their parents today. So I'm really blessed to be able to still call my mom and my dad. So I'm so thankful for that. However, I just needed to bring that up because, when I was driving today, it just really brought back so many beautiful memories. I'm talking about literally, I had tears in my eyes, like, oh my God, I remember this. It was just that serious for me today. So it was like, you know what? Oh my God, I have to talk about this today. I mean, I'm sure many of you can understand and many of you can relate. You're driving and this song come up and it's like, oh my God, I remember this song. I was doing this when this song came out. So that is a moment that I had. And I just really had to share that with you all because that was like crazy. Also, anyway, moving on. So listen up. I was thinking today, okay? I was just thinking today about when you're meeting a guy or meeting someone that you may be interested in, the importance of saving your heart, okay? The importance of protecting your heart. Let me say that, okay? Guarding your heart. You understand? Understanding that guard your heart until it is safe to unprotect your heart, if that makes sense. Guard your heart until it is safe to open your heart. How about that? Yeah. And I say that because, so many women, when they get in relationships, especially in the beginning, men, of course, like I tell women all the time, men are going to have their best suit on. You understand? It's just what they do. They're going to have their best suit on. They're going to make sure that they are dressed to impress. They're going to make sure they say all the right things to you so that you will, be interested in them. They're going to make sure that they do what they need to do so that you don't get turned off and that you stay interested in them. But you got to remember now, that's just the beginning, okay? Every man is going to have his best suit on for the first 30, 60, 90 days, okay? Every man is going to be like that, all right? However, you hold on to your heart, okay? You do not allow your heart to get involved with a man that you're just meeting. Now, it's okay to really like a person. Absolutely. That's just a part of it. When you meet someone, it's like, wow, I like him. Okay, let's see where this goes. But you don't want to give your heart too soon. You understand? You don't want to give your heart to a person too soon, okay? Because there are so many steps, so many layers that a man needs to pass before you could say that this man is safe to love. This man is safe for me to open myself up to him. It's just so many layers, that are involved. Okay. It's like an onion. You have to peel and peel and peel, and you have to observe. You understand what I'm trying to say? You have to observe that, is this a good man or is this just a man that is pretending to be a good man? Okay. That's two different things. Okay. Is he really a good man or is he pretending to be a good man? And if he's pretending to be a good man, trust me, the real him will begin to show in about 60, 90 days, okay? And I like to tell women, okay, the first sign to knowing if a man is a decent man, a good man, is a man who keeps his word, okay? That is very, very important, a man keeping his word, all right? If a man tells you something and he does not keep his word, that is not a man that you want to involve yourself with. You understand? It is not okay for a man to say something to you and not follow through with what he is saying to you. All right? That is very, very important. And this is why I say it is so important to protect your heart. Reserve your heart for someone who can be responsible with your heart. Okay? Reserve your heart for a man who is responsible with your heart. Okay? Now, if you see a man, all right, not doing the things that he should do for you as a woman, okay? Whether it's being consistent, whether it's, again, being a man of his word, whether it's him putting in the effort, to really try to develop the relationship, that is not a person that you continue to entertain, all right? Regardless of how much you may like him, regardless of how much possibility you may see in him, if he's not showing up for you, it makes no difference. You understand? It makes no difference. So why keep entertaining something that you clearly see is not going to be longevity in it? You understand? And see, when we as women, when we get to a certain age, like after 30, after 40, after 50, you understand? We kind of know exactly what we're looking for. We kind of know exactly what we want when it comes to a man. You understand? And you have to take people for what they show you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Whatever he shows you, you must believe him. You can't paint the picture that you want to paint, all right? You have to paint a picture. You have to see the picture for what it is. You understand? You can't see what you want to see because that's when we get in trouble. Okay? Seeing what we want to see. You understand? It's just like my situation. All right? When I met my husband, all right? I remember our first date. Okay? I met him at a HBCU game, all right? It was an HBCU classic. That's what it was, classic game for the most part. And I can recall me walking up the stairs, minding my own business, me and my girlfriends. And he was just, my husband, that is, he just stared at me the entire game. I remember this so well. Because first and foremost, I couldn't believe somebody would stare at somebody the entire game. Okay, that's number one, all right? And I was telling my girlfriend, I said, okay, this dude has been looking at me since I walked up these stairs. It's like, literally, he has not taken his eyes off me yet. And it's like, so weird. So, of course, I just ignored him for the most part, all right? But at the same time, I would see him just looking at me. So to make a long story short, we decided to go and get something from the concession stands. All right. I think we went to go get a Coke or something like that. I can't remember. So me and my girlfriend and my other girlfriends, because it was like a group of us, we went downstairs and we went to buy our drinks from the concession stand. I turned around and my husband was standing behind me. Okay. So we started to talk, okay? And then I remember him asking me for my number, right? And I said to him, what's your number? Like that. And I said, and I don't want a cell phone number either, okay? Because at that time, that's when it was cell phone or house phone, okay? And I said, I don't want a cell phone either. I want a house number. He said to me, I'll give you both numbers. I said, okay. Because then that showed me that he wasn't hiding. He didn't have anything to hide, right? So, okay, we proceeded and he gave me both of his numbers. And of course, I gave him my number as well, all right? And then, he wasn't bad looking either. He was really tall. He was like, okay, he was kind of fine to me, So I said, okay, well, hey, let's see. So, we exchanged numbers, right? And then we went on about our way. We went our separate ways, right? Okay, remember, we were at a game, right? So the next day, now keep in mind, I was not anticipating him to call me the next day. I'm going to be really honest with you, okay? I was thinking he probably would have called me like, next week or something like that. Not the next day, all right? So anyway, he called me that next day and he asked me, would I like to go to the movies and then go get something to eat? And originally I was like, I really don't feel like doing anything today. But I said, okay, that's fine. We could go get something to eat. Okay, hey, we can go to the movies and get something to eat. So he came to pick me up and we went on to the movies. And then after that, we went to get something to eat. And it was this restaurant called Laundry's. It's a seafood restaurant. But we went there to get something to eat after the movie, right? Now, once that date was over, which was really a nice date, it was on a Sunday. I remember that very well. It was on a Sunday and it was just really a nice chill date. You understand? However, when he dropped me home, again, I went my way, he went his way. And, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that he called me when he got home and just to let me know he got home. And I said, okay, great, we'll talk soon, right? Make a long story short, from that day forward, me and my husband was like Bonnie and Clyde, okay? We were literally like Bonnie and Clyde from that first date, okay? And I say that because during that time, okay, when him and I, started to date or whatnot, he was very consistent. He was very, very consistent, all right? He was very dependable. He was very reliable. He was a man of his word, okay? If he said something to me, it was like gold, all right? If he said that he was going to do something, it was gold, okay? I literally didn't have to worry about it again because I knew it was done, okay? And that's what he showed me from the beginning, okay? So again, now, this is in the beginning. So I'm like, okay, cool. So let's see what this be like in 6 months. Let's see if he's still this person. 6 months, he was still that person. 12 months, he was still that person. And that's when I knew I had a very, very good guy. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to say. Whoever your person is, whoever this person is, or whoever this man is trying to pretend he is, he will reveal exactly who he is within 60, 90 days, okay? You're going to know exactly who this person is, okay? Because it's just so long that a person can pretend, all right? Now, keep in mind now, in order for a man to really, really be able to do right by you, they must like you, okay? They have to like you. And it's no thing that they can only like you a little bit. Like we as women, if a guy is really good to us, we can really kind of like grow to like a guy. You understand what I'm trying to say? We cannot like them at the beginning, but if he really is a man that, just a real man and just a good man, eventually we will see ourselves, starting to really like the man. You understand? Men are not like that, okay? They have to like you from the beginning or not, all right? Now, men do have a tendencies to mess with you if they have ulterior motives. You understand? So this is why we as women, you have to observe and pay close attention, okay? So that you're able to see exactly what this man's intention is when it comes to you. And somewhere in that, you will see it. You will see it. You just have to pay attention, all right? And I say that because oftentimes, ladies, we tend to give our hearts too fast and too soon, all right? We tend to give our heart to a man too fast and too soon. And oftentimes, when that happens, what happens? They wind up breaking our hearts, okay? Because they didn't deserve our heart from the first place, okay? We just was hoping and was praying that this would be the man of our life. You understand? Although he was showing signs, okay? Because there are always signs, okay? Regardless of what or how he may try to hide it, okay? There is always something that is showing you that he's not right, or this is not right, or something that is questionable about his actions. You understand? And many times we as women, okay, because again, we're emotional, you understand? And when we like a person, all right? So we really want to try to make this thing work. So we sit and we try to ignore certain things that we shouldn't ignore, because that is the red flag. That is your sign. You understand? That is your sign telling you that's a no-go. You understand? But many times, what do? We turn our heads because we really want it to work. We really want to see something happen with this. So we continue to stay in a situation because we're really hoping for the best, okay? And then what happens, you start to allow your heart to get involved. You understand? You start to open your heart to a person when they really don't deserve your heart. Okay? So this is why I say it is very important that we learn how to hold on to our heart. You know, you don't give your heart to a man who is not responsible, who is not reliable, who is not dependable, who is not consistent, who is not a man of his word. You don't give your heart to men like that, okay? Because they're going to disappoint you, okay? When a man is worthy of your heart, he shows up in every area, okay? When a man is a good man for you, or a good man to be in your life, there is a peace with that man, okay? There is a peace with him. You know, it's a peace that you will feel with him that you will never experience with anyone else, because he has brought you a peace that you feel comfortable with opening your heart to. So again, you know, ladies, we just have to be smart when it comes to dating. You understand? Everybody wants that, you know, relationship that, you know, with a guy that they really can, you know, grow with and build with and, you know, just enjoy and just do things with. You understand? But unfortunately, every man that comes into your life is not that man. You understand? And when they're showing you certain behaviors, you know, you have to back up and be like, I don't think that this is my guy. Especially women who are over 40 and 35 and 50. You don't have time for that. Okay? So it's best to face things when they show up instead of you ignoring it. Because if you ignore it, trust me, it's going to come back. It's going to come back, okay? Because that was your sign. That was your sign that you were supposed to let it go, okay? Or step back, you know? And be like, wait a minute. I don't think this is for me, okay? I'm observing that he's disappearing all the time. I'm observing that he's not a man of his word. I'm observing that he's really not, you know, consistent with me. I don't hear from him often, or I don't hear from him the way that I should. He may call me twice a week. You can't have a relationship with a man who's calling you twice a week. You can't have a relationship with a man that you don't see often. You can't have a relationship with a man who's texting you. No, you can't. And for women who say, because I've heard this before, for women who say, oh, I'm okay with texting, I don't have to talk on the phone. That means you do not know what a relationship is. You have no idea what a relationship is. Or you have just, entertained men who just did not mentally interest you, who just you really just did not have a real interest in. I'm going to say that. Okay. You were messing with men that just really did not stimulate you. Okay. Because any woman, when you meet a man and somebody that you're interested in, you want to talk to them because that's the only way that you're going to get to know them. And that's the only way that you're going to be able to build something special with them. You cannot build a special relationship or a meaningful relationship or just a real relationship through texting. So the woman that says, because I've heard this before, well, I'm okay with texting. Okay, well, first of all, that means you're really not interested in a relationship, like I said before. Okay, you're just okay with just having somebody check in on you, but you're not really wanting a relationship. Or unless you're just, entertaining men who just really don't stimulate you. And it's just like, oh, I'm not interested in talking to him, so it's okay for him to text me. Okay. That's the only reason I could see you saying I'm okay with texting. Or unless you're just super immature. I'm talking about like super immature. People do not get to marriages through texting. People do not get to committed real relationships through texting. And any man that is okay with just conversating with you through texting, just know he's not really interested in you. Okay? He just having fun. That's it. He doesn't like you like that. All right. So guess what? If you're okay with texting and he's okay with texting, it works for both of you all, because guess what? You really don't like each other. You're just having fun with each other. Just, I guess, to say you got somebody texting you for the most part, because that ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Okay. And most times, if a man is only interested in texting you, he has a whole nother life going on. He may have a wife, or he has a committed girlfriend that he currently already have. Okay. And you're just somebody that he's just playing with. That's it. All right. So just know, any man that just want to text you, that means he is already involved with someone. All right. And he just trying to see what he can do with you on the side through texting. All right. So just know, don't think that you're playing that man, because you're not. He's playing you. All right. So when you say that I'm okay with texting, he's okay with texting too, because he already got somebody. All right. So don't say that as though, you making a statement, because you're not. All right. You're not making a statement at all, because if that man is okay texting you, and he never tries to call you, never tries to get with you, he's already committed. All right? It's just that simple. He's already committed. But like I say, it worked for some people. It worked for some women. They prefer texting. You know what I'm saying? Text on. But just know, that is not a relationship. It will never be a relationship. And the man is already committed to someone. All right? But back to what I was saying. Okay? Save your heart for a man who deserves your heart. All right. You don't just give your heart away. All right. Your heart is a very delicate heart. Okay. What else can I say? Your heart is very delicate. All right. Everybody does not deserve your heart. All right. Which means hold on to your heart until the right man deserves your heart. Okay. And when a man is showing you signs that he is not capable of loving you correctly, capable of showing up for you the way that you need him to show up, capable of being the man that you need him to be, back up and make sure you guard your heart. All right? That's the first way that you protect yourself. You understand? When a man is showing you all red flags, you don't keep trying to fight against the red flags. You don't do that. All right? You don't do that at all. Okay? You politely back up. All right? And let him go live his best life. Okay? Because you're at an age in your life that you're looking for someone who knows what they want. All right? And sometimes you can meet people and it's just the chemistry is not there. And that's okay. It's not your guy. Okay? Sometimes you can meet people and the chemistry is there. But unfortunately, he's not showing up the way that you need him to show up. It still won't work. You understand? Because you cannot be in a relationship by yourself. Okay? The man has to be 100% involved. You cannot have a meaningful relationship by yourself. Okay? Don't accept bare minimum. Don't accept, well, at least he called me every other day. Don't accept that. Okay? Because if you accept that, you're going to have to accept so much more. Because he's going to observe that you're okay with accepting his bad behavior. And that's the worst thing you could do. Because once a man sees that you're okay with accepting his bad behavior, the behavior gets worse and worse and worse until you're just forced to let the relationship go. So before it even gets to that point, just let it go. All right? Because relationships are not hard. Relationships are not hard to have. They really are not hard to have. Okay? But it takes two people that are willing to work with each other and that are committed to each other in making this happen, in making this relationship be successful. But it takes two people working together. Not one person and the other person doing whatever he wants to do. It takes two people working together and coming together and committed to making this relationship work. Ladies, you can't do it by yourself. I don't care how hard you try. You cannot do it by yourself. That man has to be 100% involved in making that relationship work. So, with that being said, I just want to make sure that when we are out here meeting men and, dating men and getting to know men, okay, hold on to your heart until that man shows you he is deserving of your heart. Your heart is delicate. It's not meant for everyone. Everyone is not responsible enough to care for your heart. Okay? So this is how we avoid being disappointed or avoid being hurt or avoid being brokenhearted. You understand? Don't give your heart too soon to anyone until they show themselves that they are deserving of your heart. Make sense? Yes, it makes sense. Absolutely. Well, we have come to an end of another episode with Love Notes for Dummies podcast. This was so much fun. Until next time, be smart, date smart, choose wisely, Nat Nation. And remember, as always, I told you.
Xavier.